Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to do confetti overlay on a live camera preview as well as image capture in React Native's new architecture for Android using CameraX as well as Media 3 effects. So let's get started. So first I want to make few things clear that I'm using React Native version 80, which is the latest at the time of me recording this video, and also all the code related to confetti overlay, live camera preview, capturing of the image is done via native code. I'm not using any third-party library for this. So first I will show you guys the output so that you guys can have a better clarity on this. So I'll just play this video. So here you can see that we have this first it asks for camera permission, so I've given it the permission. Then here is our live camera preview, and keep an eye on the right hand side. After some time the confetti starts coming. So this is how the confetti looks like. Now I have just pressed the capture button. I'll just soon press the capture button and you should see the confetti along with the captured image as well. So yeah, as you can see, so yeah, that's all there is to it. So let's get started. So first I'll just close this as well. You can create a project using this command. Now instead of demo you can write your own project name. I have given the name as test app, and we don't anyways require pod. We don't require pod, so this is false, which is fine because this tutorial is for Android only. Then let's just scroll down and don't run this command yet. I just want to explain you guys few things. So here in this tutorial they have taken the example of web view, but in our case it will be camera, right? So instead of web view I will be writing my camera. You can write whatever name you feel like, but that name should be consistent in lot other places as well. So it's better you follow what I am doing, because this if you are doing this for the very first time it's very easy to get confused. That's why. So what I have done is that this is our React Native project, right? So I'll just minimize everything. So first you need to create a specs folder inside the root of your React Native project. Create it manually, which is fine. Then just go to Android app src main java com, and here inside com folder create a folder called my camera. Again, create it manually. Now this name is very important, my camera, because this will be used in lot other places as well. So instead of web view we have just created a folder called my camera. Then we need to create this particular TypeScript file. So I will name it as my camera native component.ts. Now this native component is also very important. With the help of this only like React Native is able to identify files for which it needs to do code generation. So yeah, make sure you write it properly, my camera native component.ts. So if you see my specs folder, that's what I have done over here, my camera native component.ts, and I have literally copy pasted all the code from the documentation which you can see over here. Alright, then I have made few things, changed few things, sorry. So firstly is this source URL. We are not passing any source URL because we are not passing any prop, so I have removed that, and instead of on script loaded we have taken this on image taken over here, and here we have this my camera image taken event where the result is of type string. Okay, and here I am passing custom my camera as well. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Now let's just scroll down, and here inside package.json we just need to copy paste this particular line of code. So you just go to package.json over here and just copy paste this code, but here again you need to change my camera over here, rct my camera over here, custom my camera over here. Then you just need to run npm install. So this will actually install some dependencies for us. So here you can see it has installed the dependencies. This step is missing in the documentation, but make sure you do npm installation as well. Then again let's just scroll down, and here then we need to run this command. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. So this will actually do the code generation for you. Now this would be pretty quick for me because I have already ran this previously, but in your case it might take a bit of time, so be patient. Once that is done, here next we need to create this particular file. So this is an important file which will contain all the implementation. Again, like I told you, in our case the name would be react my camera.kt, right? But before we write the actual, again we can't really copy paste it because this is the actual implementation. So what we need to do is we need to go to build.gradle, this particular file. Here we need to add camera core dependency, camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera view, then the camera media 3 effect, which is still in alpha at the time of me recording this video, as well as media 3 effect. If this library does become stable by the time you guys watch the video, make sure you update to the stable version. Then go to Android manifest, and here you need to add uses feature of Android hardware camera, camera permission, as well as write external storage permission. then you need to go to my camera, and here you need to create this file react my camera.kt. Now first we need to give it our own package name. There are a lot of imports, so feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports. I'll simply scroll through this file. Here is our current theme react context, here is our camera, here is the preview view, here is the image capture, here we initialize our button, here we initialize our preview view, here is our camera executor service, here is our process camera provider, here we get the back facing lens, here we get hold of our current activity, then we set the layout parameter viewfinder, then we also call this install hierarchy fitter, which is basically, I'll talk more about this in a bit. Then here we set the text background color, text color alpha as well, and then we set the button layout params as well. Then here we assign the button layout params to our capture button, we add the capture button to our parent view, then we add a click listener as well, in which we call take photo. Then here we override on attached to window. If it has the permission, then we just do viewfinder.post setup camera, and here we call on detach from window, where we just shut down our camera executor as well as unbind our camera provider. Now here we are calling this method. So why we need to do this? To learn more about it, you can go to this URL over here. So this is an issue which has been open in React Native's repo since last 8 years. They have still not fixed it. So we need to use this hack. If you don't use this hack, you will see a blank screen instead of your camera preview. Then here we call setup camera, where we get hold of our camera provider future, we add a listener to it as well, and then here we do bind camera use cases. So here we get preview width, height, then we get the rotation as well. Then here we get camera selector dot builder requires lens facing, lens type. Here we get the aspect ratio strategy as well as the resolution selector. Here we initialize our preview view, here we initialize our image capture, and here we have this use case group builder as well. Here we initialize our media 3 effect. Then here we do immutable list dot builder, passing in our texture overlay. Then we add the confetti overlay to this as well. Then here we pass the overlay effect as well, and then we add the media 3 effect to our use case group builder. We unbind our camera provider, we bind it to the life cycle, we get hold of our camera, then we assign it to the preview surface provider. Then here we call take photo, where we get hold of our image capture. This is the simple date format, and here we have content values, where we pass the display name, MIME type, and if Android version greater than P, we also set the relative path. Then here we do image capture dot output file options. Then we do image capture dot take picture. Here we override the on image saved. So here we get the URL of the saved image, which we send it back to React Native side with the help of this method. I'll come back to this method as well in a bit. Then here we unbind our camera provider. Here we just check whether we have the camera permission or not. Also one more thing which I forgot, this confetti overlay, here we have created a separate Kotlin file for this. Okay, so this is not a built-in method, we need to create a separate file for this. So here we have defined some variables as well. Now to send data back to React Native side, you may have to make use of this particular line of codes. So let me just show you. I have literally copy pasted this from this documentation over here, but you need to change it little bit. You can't directly copy paste it, because here we have this callback called on image taken. So we pass it over here as well as over here. So that's all we are doing over here. Okay, then let's go back to the confetti overlay.kt file. Okay, again, now this I have copy pasted it from the Android documentation, so I won't go into the details. I'm not an expert on this, so feel free to pause the video. I'll simply scroll through this file. So pause the video and just copy this code. Obviously you can play around with this code like I shown you in the video. The confetti took a bit of time to first come on the screen, but yeah, you can make it more immediate. Okay, and here are all the confetti elements which we are passing. So if you want, you can pass different confetti elements as well. Okay, so yeah, that's all there is to it. Next, let's just scroll down. Here we just have this react view manager.kt file as well. Now this we can copy paste to a great extent. Firstly, I won't be copying this because we don't have a prop, and this we will be refactoring. Instead of on script loaded, we will be writing on image taken, right? So here you can see react my camera manager. So here is the package name, these are all the imports, and here is the delegate name, here is our create view instance, here is our react class name, and these are the get exported custom bubbling event type constants. Okay, then let's just scroll it down, and here we have react web view package.kt as well. So Here I'll just write react my camera package.kt, and again these are all the imports. This I have copy pasted it from documentation, but everywhere wherever it is web view, we are writing my camera, that's all. So yeah, that's all that's it. Hopefully you got the point. Then let's just scroll down, and then we need to add this inside our main application as well. So let's just go to our main application.kt. Here you can see I have added this import, and I have also added this line of code as well. So once you add this, again let's just scroll down, and here we add it inside app.tsx. So inside app.tsx we have added all these imports. All right, then here we have the image URI set, camera permission variable as well, and here I'm just checking if user is using Android version 10 or above. This is because from Android 10 and above we don't require the write external storage permission. So here inside this method, depending on the Android version, we are asking for the permission. Once the permission has been granted, we just change the state of this particular variable over here. And then inside use effect, we just call request camera and storage permission. If image URI is not equal to empty, then we display the image using the image element. If it is empty and if camera permission is granted, then we display the camera using my camera over here. Else we just display a text saying camera permission not granted, and here we display the styles for it as well. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Thank you for watching. Bye.